Welcome dear students. This is Sampling Techniques and Design of Experiments paper Systematic Sampling Lecture 1. In this lecture we are going to discuss the introduction to systematic random sampling technique, definition of systematic sampling, merits and demerits of systematic sampling technique, also the notations and terminology that are used in systematic sampling technique. Let us discuss the need for systematic sampling. Already we have discussed simple random sampling, a method which is used when the population is homogeneous. For large population size, simple random sampling without replacement gives us high variance, and the estimates obtained by this method is with low precision. So, to increase the precision and decrease the variance of estimates without increasing the sample size, we divide the total population into homogeneous subgroups or stratums and then select samples from each stratum by simple random sampling technique. This process reduces the variance of estimates, and we have seen the variance of sample mean through optimum allocation is less than other methods, that is STRS proportional allocation and SRS WOR. Now let us take an example, a practical situation of conducting a sample survey. A newspaper company wants to change its logo or design of its front page. There are large number of readers or subscribers. Let the number of users be 1 lakh. From this group, the newspaper company wants the opinion from a sample of size, let us say 1000. That is 1% of its subscribers. Here, the population is not homogeneous, as there are different categories of readers. That is, there are employees, there are businessmen, there are students, etc. Also, they are not in a position to stratify the population into subgroups. They are having only the details, the name and suppose designation only. Here, the stratification may not be necessary also. This is opinion on logo or color change. Here, the details, up-to-date details of the subscribers available. There is a method by which we can select the samples from population just by sitting in office without using simple random sampling and stratified random sampling technique. This is the method is nothing but the systematic sampling method. It is very much useful for companies for marketing and introducing new products. Since they are having the details, the phone numbers or mail IDs of customers, just by selecting some number of customers, they can collect their opinion. In these situations, simple random sampling technique, systematic sampling technique is very much useful. Here, let us understand what is systematic sampling. Here, if the complete and up-to-date information about the population is known to us and the sampling frame of customers of units are available. The procedure of systematic sampling is as follows. There are a population with capital N units. All the N units are numbered from 1 to capital N in some order. If a sample of size small n is to be selected, then divide the population into small n groups or strata such that the group contains k units. That is, the population is divided into small n groups in such a way that capital N is equal to small n into k. Here our sample size is small n. K is the groups which are divided by us such that k is equal to capital N by small n. Here k is an integer and k is called sampling interval. To draw systematic samples of size small n, we select one unit at random from the first k units, and every kth unit is selected from the remaining n-1 groups. Okay, this is about introduction to systematic sampling. If the first unit is selected 1, then the other units of the sample are I plus k, I plus 2k, so on, I plus n minus 1k. Here, the first unit I decide the total sample to be selected from the population. Systematic sampling consists in drawing a random number I less than or equal to k and selecting the units corresponding to this number, and every kth unit is subsequently. Thus, the systematic sample size small n will consist of I plus k, I plus 2k, so on, I plus small n minus 1 into k. The random number I is called random start. This sample is called systematic sample. Corresponding technique is called systematic random sampling technique. Let us look at the merits and demerits of systematic random sampling technique. Here, systematic sampling is a very simple technique. Operationally, it is more convenient than simple random sampling or stratified random sampling technique. Time and money required for selecting a systematic sample is comparatively much less. If the sampling frame is up to date and arranged randomly, then systematic sampling is more efficient than simple random sampling technique. The most commonly used method to achieve randomness is alphabetical order of the population units. For example, telephone directory. There are some disadvantages also. The main disadvantage of systematic sampling is that systematic samples are not generally random samples. Only the first unit is selected random. The first unit selected is decide the total samples to be entered into the samples. Next is, to achieve randomness, it is very difficult to get randomly arranged sampling frame. If the population size capital N is not a multiple of the sample size small n, then the actual sample size is different from the required sample size. In that case, the sample mean will not be an unbiased estimate of the population mean. Systematic sampling may give highly biased estimates. In systematic sampling, we have sample variance of population. Sample mean is 1 by k into I equal to 1 to k yi dot minus y bar whole square. We cannot get an unbiased estimate for the systematic sample mean. These are the disadvantages. Let us look at the notations and terminology. To understand the systematic sampling, here is an example. Let us suppose there are 120 units in the population. Our population size is 120. Here, first we divide the total population into k groups. Here, let us suppose that k is 10. Then, our sample size small n is the capital N by k, or the sample size small n also decides the k. Here, let us suppose the sample size is 12. In every unit, every sample, there are 12 units to be selected. Our sample size small n is equal to 12. K is 10 here. So this 120 is divided into 10 groups. Each group consists of 12 units. Here, this is the random start. Suppose if one is our random start, the samples is 1 plus k, 11 plus k, 21, like that. From here 1 plus k, this is 1 plus 2k, 1 plus 3k plus 4k, like that. 1, 11, 21, 31, 41. These are the samples selected. Here the sample selected is decided by the random start itself. If 1 is the random start, this is our sample. If 2 is the random start, this is our sample. If 3 is the random start, this is our group. So these are the 10 possible samples to be selected from this 120 population size. To understand, this example is very much useful. Here, this simple random sampling is stratified random sampling is very simple. Just by selecting one number, the remaining numbers is just by adding the interval, we can get remaining samples. It is very much useful for forest surveys. Here, systematic sample is more or less similar to stratified random sampling. A systematic sample is a stratified sample with 1 unit per stratum. Let us look at this is first stratum. Suppose here we have 12 stratums. This is our first stratum. This is our second stratum. This is our third stratum. So, in every stratum, first stratum 1 unit is selected. Second stratum 1 unit is selected. So, it is similar to stratified random sampling technique. Let us look at this example with notations. Here, if 1 is our random start, these are the samples. 1 plus k, 1 plus 2k, 1 plus jk, 1 plus n minus 1 k. These total samples here is small n. Probability of this sample is selected from the total population is 1 by k. Since there are k possibilities, k possible samples are there. So, out of k possibilities, one sample is selected in 1 by k ways. Here, this is sample mean of random stat sample 1 is y bar 1 dot is equal to 1 by n into j is equal to 1 to n. Here 1, 2 up to j. This is the second term 1 to j. J is equal to 1 to n y1 j is our sample first sample mean. Similarly, If we add all these means of possible samples, y double bar is equal to 1 by k into I is equal to 1 to k yi dot. This capital N we can write small n into k. This is the total probability of selecting one sample is k by k is equal to 1. Remember this table, this is very much useful. Here you all know the notations and terminology. Let y be the population characteristic and capital N is the total number of population units, small n is total number of sample units, k is equal to small n by capital N by small n is equal to sampling interval. K is the sampling interval. Yij is the value of jth unit of the ith sample. I runs from 1 to k, j runs from 1 to n. Here we can denote sample mean of ith systematic sampling as y bar sy or y bar I dot. Y bar I dot, mean of the ith systematic sampling or mean of the ith random start in the sample is, we have already seen y by 1 by n into ij is equal to 1 to n, yij, I is equal to 1 to, this is n. Y bar double dot is equal to population mean, I is equal to 1 by nk into j is equal to 1 to k, j is equal to 1 to n, yij is equal to 1 by k into I is equal to 1 to k, yi dot. Here population mean square of systematic sampling is given by s square is equal to population mean square. As usual it is 1 by n minus 1 into summation I is equal to 1 to k, j is equal to 1 to n, yij minus y bar double dot whole square. This you can also written as, this is only one, instead of capital N we can write nk minus 1. Okay, up to this you can understand this systematic sampling technique. Thank you students.